Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Dwarf Fortress. So just real quick, just kind of starting this episode off, we have a kobold thief. So nothing too dangerous. It was spotted by a stray kitten just outside wandering the wilds. So yeah, he should run off. Never really have too much to worry about with kobold thieves. Something else that I did, this thing was taking forever to drain. There was too many level 2s for it to ever evaporate properly. So I'm giving it a helping hand, really. I opened up this wall hoping it would drain into these bars down to the river, but then I realized right underneath of it is a 7x7, so it's not going to drain. It's just going to flow out into this hallway. So I went ahead and channeled a hole back down into my original reservoir. See? So it'll just kind of drain through that hole back into the reservoir. I'm not too worried because I'm going to have like a space in between, like the plants or the farm crops I have in here are only going to be, I mean, like they can stand to miss one opening. Besides, I'm going to re-floor over this, hopefully in time for, actually, no, I might just put a hatch there. I don't really know what I'm going to do with this. But I'll probably put a hatch there and attach it to a lever or something to where I can drain this out. Or I might just even put bars there so it's just a permanent built-in drain. I don't know. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and leave this open. And let the rest of this water drain out. Something else that I wanted to point out. If you remember at the very end of the last episode, I was talking about my baroness, how she had to have certain traits. I was going back and looking at it, and I kind of stopped reading short. But like her traits, her personality traits are, she's comfortable in social situations. She tends to avoid crowds. She loves good thrill. And that's about where I stopped reading. I should have kept reading because it says, the aesthetic sensitivity doesn't really matter. The open-minded new ideas is okay. But it says she is guarded in relationships with others. She does not go out of her way to help others. She is not easily moved to pity. She is disorganized, which doesn't really matter. She finds rules confining. She takes time when making decisions. And then the rest of it is all just personality ticks. I'm not really sure if the whole guarded relationships and doesn't go out of her way to help and is not easily moved to pity, I don't know if those are good traits to have for a noble. So I'm going to have to look into it. We might have to replace her with somebody else. I think a good candidate is... my bookkeeper is actually a pretty good candidate. This woodcutter, Raoul, is a pretty good candidate. See, it says he's assertive, he's relaxed, he appreciates art and natural beauty, he prefers familiar routines, he is willing to compromise with others. Let's see, who else was I looking at? Possibly, like if we go to my bookkeeper. Somewhat reserved, is very trusting, very straightforward. He is compassionate, he's confident, he's a sense of duty, he often does the first thing that comes to mind. I don't remember who I was looking at. None of those actually sound good reading out loud, but I need to find someone who has, who is compassionate with others and is willing to help them out. That's really an important trait to have with a leader. So yeah, I'm going to look into it, see what traits are actually beneficial to have for a noble in a position for people to, to go to talk to and, try to get their, so that they can become, what's the word I'm looking for? So like when they're upset, they go and talk to that noble so that they are no longer upset. I really need someone to kind of help mediate that. I'll look into my current mayor and see what traits he has, and I'll go online and look on the wiki and see what they recommend having. Because I mean, I don't need someone who's just gonna piss people off more when they come to him to complain. But yeah, so I just wanted to point that out. I'm not really sure where I'm going to go with this yet. It's not really a big deal. We don't really have to worry about it until the next time the Dwarven Caravan shows up. So we have a while. I just have to remember to actually do it. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this off here, and I'll be back once something else happens. So see you guys in a bit. Alright everyone, so as you can see, we're kind of looking at the reservoir real quick. Or not the reservoir, but my new farming territory. And as you notice, the cat's there, but the dwarf's not. Well, apparently, like, after I had him, designated and I unpaused it. As he was trying to walk out, he was actually sucked down into the old reservoir, and now he's stunned. But it's not deep enough for him to actually drown. The area he's in, it's not completely full. Oops, wrong button. So if we look, he's just stunned. He's not actually drowning yet. So I had to unforbid these doors so he can actually walk out. But it's gonna flood my fortress a little bit, which is kind of irritating. But I don't want the dwarf to drown. Something else. I did take a big man. My mouth is all messed up this morning. I did take a bit of a break between the last cut and this part of the recording. So I took some time to look it up, and apparently the Baron, or the Baroness, or whatever, they actually do not have the responsibility of talking with your workers. Only the mayor has that responsibility, so he's the only one that really matters. So it doesn't really matter if the Baron and consequently the Count and the Duke are, or in this case it'll be Countess and Duchess. It doesn't really matter if she isn't good with people. Her only responsibilities are going to be meeting with diplomats and making laws. That's it. That's all they have to do. So it's no real big deal. Let's actually go ahead and unpause this while I'm talking. So see if this guy gets out. So he's unconscious and still not drowning. So that's good. I just need him to climb out of there. Hopefully the cat doesn't fall in. But I just thought it was funny because, like I said, like this whole area, it's all 1s and 2s out of 7s. And I mean that's not very deep. If you think about it, since it's only out of 7, a 2 would be about up to your shins, maybe a little higher than that. I mean, depending on how you want to cordon it up. What is that? Oh, mist. Okay. So it wouldn't be too tall. I mean, that's kind of. I mean, he must have like lost his footing or something. I mean, because he was a few steps away. He wasn't like right next to it. Oh, hang on. I better remove these designations actually until that water stops flowing. I don't need those guys getting sucked down there too. Okay, so he walks out. A little bit of water comes out. Shut the door behind him. Door gets a little muddied, which is irritating, but nothing too bad. So yeah, cool. Let's go ahead and forbid these again. Cool. But yeah, so I still haven't managed to figure out exactly how potash works. I think like if we go into the Q to figure this out. So if you look on the right, it says like F for fertilize, so we can hit that and it'll turn it on. But then it also has seasonal fertilization, so you can hit yes or no. And I'm not really sure what that does. Like if I tell it yes, I want it to fertilize, but I want it to seasonal. Like maybe like from what I was reading, like it says they won't start to fertilize until next season. Right, but like I don't know, because then if I switched over to spring, it still says yes season. So like I don't really know. Like I'm gonna experiment with it a little bit, mostly with the sweet pods. So I want yes and seasonal. Something else that I saw that I actually need to change. If we go into orders for where is it? Harvest. Right now it's set to all harvest. I actually want to set that to only farmers harvest. Even though it's causing my dwarves to harvest a lot faster, because once there's any food, then any spare dwarves, regardless of whether or not they have the planters, like if we go to this guy right here, we'll just use this guy as an example. Like if we go into labor, and we go into farming, like even though he doesn't have the farming turned on, if he doesn't have anything else to do, then he'll go and harvest any crops. But harvesting, like I do want to get my planters, my guys who are specifically farmers, I want them to be better at their jobs, and the way to do that would be to have them use fertilizer and have it to where they're the only ones harvesting plants, so they're the only ones getting the experience. I think that's all I wanted to talk about this time. Yeah, I mean I can't really think of anything else. I decided I am going to go ahead and floor over this open space. It's down to enough. I mean, there's still quite a few twos, so I'm gonna wait a little bit for this for this to drain, but I am going to go ahead and floor over this, and hopefully it'll get muddied. If not, I'll just pump a little bit more water into it. It's not really a huge deal. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to talk about. Well, not right now, anyway. I think I'm going to try to capture this forgotten beast. I know it can fly, so it's not really like my original thought was maybe if I capture it, I can put it into a pit and then throw goblins and things in there. But like, I don't really know if I want to do that. Like, I might just try to set up a couple of weapons traps and try to lure him into the fortress and see if that takes care of him. Although at the same time, I also kind of want to fight him too. But I don't really want to do it this close to just coming out of a so many negative moods, like, you know, just barely coming out of a tantrum spiral. I don't really want to fight him yet. So I mean, I'm not really in too big of a rush. Let's actually jump down there. I would like to get back down here to get access to more of these tower caps and the fungi wood and all the, not to mention all the silk that's down here. And because of that, I think I've decided that I am just going to go ahead and once I actually get access to down here again, start walling off. Well, no, maybe not, because I still don't really want to do that. Like, I do, but I don't. Like, I don't know. I'll think about it. But so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off here, and I'll be back once something else happens. So see you in a bit. Alright everyone, so it is now springtime. We finally get to see how these, how the fertilizer works. That should be nice. What are those globs of things? Dolomite. Oh, that's clay. Why is clay up here? Silty clay. Why is that showing up? That's weird. Anyway, the water did not cover that constructed floor that I made. See, so I'm pumping some more water in there real quick just to kind of let it fill up. Well, not really fill up, but just to. I just need enough to cover that one space. As you can see, it's starting to dry out, so let's actually go ahead and get this guy off this pump. Hopefully that'll be enough to actually cover it. I'll have to watch it for a second. But we're finally going to see how... Okay, so what I did was I set up this one, the sweet pods, and the pigtails. I set them to do seasonal fertilization instead of using F for fertilize, because as soon as I hit F to fertilize, they immediately started trying to, even though nothing was growing in the wintertime, they immediately started trying to put potash on it to fertilize it. We didn't have enough, because we need 7. So I told them this, so I went ahead and turned it off and turned, I think seasonal fertilization makes it to where they only put potash on the field when something is supposed to be growing there, in this case, sweet pods. So we'll see how that works out. But, yeah, we're actually running a little bit low on trees, so I'm gonna send my guys out to go cut some more down. As you can see, our wood is dwindling. The elves should be showing up here sometime. I don't know why they're leaving food in these stockpiles. I mean, look, there's like plum helmets and fish and all kinds of other stuff. Like, I don't know why they're just leaving food there. The only thing I can think of is like maybe that was food that was in my military dwarf's backpacks, and when they took off the backpacks and put them down, man, my new neighbors are loud. I immediately hate them. Slamming doors and yelling and shit. I'm getting off track. But yeah, I think when they put down their backpacks, when they just took off all their gear and were like, we don't need to wear this because we're not on active duty, they just kind of like threw it into the stockpile and then left it there. Because it's not... Yeah, see, this steel hydride, it belongs to the Rangers, so that's exactly what happened. Is it was held by guys in the military, and then they just like got rid of it because I told them to take off all their equipment. so it's owned by someone, so they won't put it back in the food stockpile, which is irritating because it's going to rot and cause miasma. There was something else. Oh, yeah. I'm not really digging the whole they get rid of their clothes once it's tattered, because I'm seeing a lot of this. A lot of just tattered clothes they're just throwing about the fortress. I really wish that they would, like, if they're going to get rid of it, I really would prefer they just, you know, throw it in the refuse pile, because that's where it belongs. Let's actually see if I can't do something about that. You know, I swear to God, little common courtesy, guys. I know you're new and you're all excited to be moving, but calm the fuck down. I swear. Maybe it would be under, because I don't want to enable this for armor. I don't really know what to do about that. I'll have to look into it to see why they are. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but they are yelling. They're yelling. It is ridiculous. Ridiculous! Oh, something else that I found out is if you go back into the orders page, and even though I have it set to only Farmer's Harvest, I noticed looking through that a lot of my Dwarven children were actually gaining planter skill, because, you know, like, you can't tell children to do things, but if everyone is set up to harvest and they have nothing else to do, the Dwarven children will actually go in there and harvest things, hence gaining them skills, so once they actually become adults, they have a head start on a skill. And I think it's the only thing you can train them in, you know, for, you know, whatever it is they're doing. I thought I had more guys activated the plant than that. I'll have to figure this out, because I wonder if that's, since I have it to only Farmer's Harvest, if only the people I have activated to actually do harvesting, if they're the only ones who'll actually plant as well. Let's find out. Let's see if that, because I'll be honest, I haven't really been paying attention to my farm. I've just kind of set it up and let it run by itself. So let's see. That's a planter. Planter, miller, or miner, I should say. That's a farmer. Let's actually see. Farming related. Yeah, farming is turned on for him, and 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 it's turned on for all these guys. He is going to not turn on for him, but what is he doing? Good job. He's a dabbling grower, though. I should probably turn that on. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling right now, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the video off here, and we'll be back once something else happens. So, actually, I should kind of go over this real quick. Did it cover it? Yes, it covered it. Okay, so with these farms up here, normally I do 5x5. But I think for these ones, I'm actually going to fill the whole thing. I'm going to do 9x3. 3. Okay, so we're actually going to have one little thing off to the side. So I probably didn't need to... Oh, it doesn't matter. I can't plant on that anyway, even though it's muddied, because it is not dirt. Cool. So that actually frees it up. So I'll have this middle row right here be the free one, and all these other ones be farm plots. And what I'll do, I'll kind of go through and see what exactly I want to grow. So I might not need this whole area, because I'm leaning towards a strawberry, or for sure 2 dedicated to rope reed, 1 for strawberries, and then maybe a few other things. I'm not entirely sure what else I want to do. Maybe some longland flower. But yeah, because like most of this is going to be dedicated to just kind of, I don't really know yet. But yeah, so like I said, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, and I'll be back once something else happens. See you in a bit. Alright everybody, so we have 4 of the farms set up now. As you can see, this one is a 5x4, and this one is also a 5x4. And as you can also see on the right, this one is set up to grow longland grass, and this one is set up to grow wild strawberries. The next two, this one I haven't really, well, this one I've done rope breed, but this one I'm gonna do rope breed, but I haven't really set it up yet. But I was thinking, like, what else could I possibly want to grow? I'm not really sure what there is. So what I did is you go into your stocks, just go all the way down, and hang on a sec. Okay, I'm back. I just had something to take care of real quick that was making a lot of noise. Anyway, so we're in the seed screen, as you can see, and we're just kind of looking through all the stuff that we could possibly make. I don't know why my rock nuts are as low as they are. They're only at 39. Should be higher than that. I wonder if dwarves have been eating them. Oh, they better not be. I'll be mad. Sorry, getting a little distracted. Oh, that's fine. We have a bunch of quarry bushes we can use to. Let's unforbid these plump helmets. I don't want. Let's actually go through and unforbid a lot of these foods that. No, I guess some plump helmets were the only ones that were forbidden. Anyway, so we kind of want to see what seeds we have that we can possibly use. So, you know, plump helmet spawn, pigtail, that's all, you know, stuff that we grow underground. But we can grow prickleberries. We have a lot of wild strawberries because I always buy a bunch of those. We can grow fisherberry seeds. We can do. We only have one blade weed, so that one's going to be a slow start. We only have 5 hide root. Hide root is the exact same as dimple cups. The only thing they're really good for is making dye, but that's perfectly fine because I've actually started to kick my my dyeing industry. I'm actually getting that going right now, in addition to the cloth industry as well. So I'm having my dwarves dye a bunch of cloth, so you know it'll actually add to the value of the clothes. So anything that we don't need. Any clothes that aren't being used by the dwarves when caravans show up, we can trade for more money. And we have 1 longland grass, so the longland grass and the blade weed we can do, but it's going to take a while for it to actually get going. If we actually go into the plants and see what we have here, ooh, we actually have some rope reeds. Hell yeah! But the chances of that actually getting processed. Man, I'm kind of excited we have some rope breed. So rope breed can actually be processed into... Actually, how many pigtails do we have? We don't have any pigtails. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's do this. Let's go to our farmer's workshop, and we are going to process plants. So what they should do is they'll go and grab those rope breeds and process them into thread, and then we'll have seeds to grow rope breed. Awesome! I'm kind of stoked about that. Rope breed can also be processed into an alcohol, but I forget what it is. I think it's river spirits is from rope breed. I think. I don't know. A lot of the above ground plants can be processed in the rivers. There's actually a lot more wine than there is any other type of alcohol. Like strawberries make wine. I think prickleberries make wine. Things like that. I mean, there's the stuff that I actually like to make. Mostly because I don't really like wine in real life. I think it's gross. I like to make a lot of ale and rum, mostly because these are rare. You can only make ale and rum out of sweet pods and pigtails. Those are the only things that can make them. I think rum is from sweet pods and ale is from pigtails. It might be reversed. I don't remember. There's a couple variations of beer. There's a bunch of wine, as you can see. Like we have dwarven wine, strawberry, fisherberry wine. I don't know what river spirits are necessarily, but let me think. What else is there? I don't really remember, and it doesn't really matter either. The thing to kind of keep in mind, like your dwarves actually prefer homemade stuff over imported, so that's really why I'm actually starting to do a lot more farming. Let's see. I'm pretty sure all of these, with the exception of hide root, can actually be turned into an alcohol of some kind. But some of them aren't very good. Like ratweed doesn't make very good stuff. Like the quality of it. Like most of the alcohol is like worth 2 dwarf bucks per drink, I think. And other stuff like ratweed mead. There's a few others, but I forget what they are. They're only worth 1, so they're a lot cheaper. I don't really know why I'm going off on a tangent right now about all the different alcohol you can make in this game, but I don't know. I guess it's kind of useful if you didn't know. The only thing I really like about above ground farms is they're the only farms that grow food in winter. As you can see, in spring, summer, autumn, and winter, they will always grow. They have the full list available. So all 9 plants are available all year round. So it really kind of adds to the versatility of your fortress. The only thing is now we're gonna have to have more. Once we actually kick this once we actually get this going, we're gonna have to have more and more growers, which isn't too big of a deal because, like I said, most of my dwarven children are training to be growers. I actually went through, and those 2 peasants, the 2 kids that grew up into adults that are just peasants, I actually turned those on. Though I have those guys as growers now. And the reason why you want to get the growers, why you want to get them leveled up, I think what it does is it actually makes them faster at it. I could be wrong though, but you kind of want to have everything centralized. Like I just have all of my seeds right here. All of my seeds and all of my potash is just right here in this little thing. It's really close to these. It's a bit of a walk for this one, but it's not too big of a deal. Although I might put another stockpile like right here and separate out the seeds, so that this one only holds the seeds of the above ground plants and this one only holds the seeds for the below ground plants. But I'm not 100%. Actually, I'll probably do that. But that'll be for next time because this video has been going on for long enough. So this will be the end of this video. Thank you very much, and join me next time.